I feel funny talking about it right now. To be honest, it was because my mom married quite early. My mom married 21 or 20 actually. My mom married 20. So I calculated it. I was like, no, I'll still be in school by 20. So by the time I'm done with school, blah, 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 get married. And I just wanted to have one of those lives, I guess, where you have your children early and then your body basically just bounces back and you're like the hot mom. Oh my God, I've been daydreaming since forever. I feel like I should have a drink or something. But hi guys, welcome back to the channel. We're doing something different today, as you can probably tell from the title. It's like, what's going on here? This is Martha's channel. Has she been hacked? Okay. Yeah, we're doing something different today. I'm starting a segment. Well, I even call it a segment, but for now, let's call it a segment. We're starting a segment on the channel called Girl Talk. Ooh, I feel like I should have a drink or something. But anyway, we're starting that. I've wanted to make videos like this for a little bit, and yeah, it's the beginning of the year still. So in all our pondering, me, myself, and I have decided that, it's a good enough time to start. And we're starting with a topic that I also have penned down for quite a while, but have never gotten around to actually making a video that I haven't gotten around to actually making till now, which is like talking about my want to get married really early when I was younger. Yeah. For the longest time, I actually thought I was going to get married when I was 21 or something, or that was my want, my intention, or yeah, my want, yeah. Um, I feel funny talking about it right now. So let's start with why I wanted to. I'm sure at some point when I was a teenager is when I started having the idea. Yeah. To be honest, it was because my mom married quite early. My mom married 21 or 20 actually. My mom married 20, and my grandma, that's my mom's mom, also married quite early. I mean, those times, right? Pretty early. I think when my grandma was still a teenager. Yeah. And I just like the idea of it. I didn't choose 20. I chose 21, I think, because of school. I got into uni 16. So 4 years and everything. I finished school 20 actually. So I calculated it. I was like, no, I'll still be in school by 20. So by the time I'm done with school, blah, 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 get married. And I just wanted to have one of those lives, I guess, where you have your children early and then your body basically just bounces back and you're like the hot mom. Oh my God, I've been daydreaming since forever. Okay, I'll give myself that. Yeah. So to be honest, that was the origin of the whole thing. Like, get married, have them kids, and while they're growing up, I'm all snatched back. By the time they're like 20, I'll be in my early 40s. They're like, oh my God, is that your mom? Like, oh yeah, that's my mom. Oh my gosh, she looks like your sister. Dreams, dreams, dreams. Yeah. So to be honest, that was why. That was why. To be honest, I think that then marriage was less scary to me because I would see some people, they would ask them about marriage and stuff, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, marriage is so scary." Blah blah. I need to be like, why is it so scary? Like, I mean, it's marriage. It's nice. Okay, not. I mean, it's marriage. It's nice. I sound like a dumbass, but but I didn't quite understand why marriage was supposedly scary or whatever. It just seemed like a very expected thing, I think, right? Like you grow up, you go to uni, you get a job after, and you find the love of your life, and you get married, and you have however many kids you want, and you just like forge on with your life. That was how it was to me. It wasn't so complicated. So I think it was just very 1 plus 1 equals 2 for me. Like very straightforward, very, oh yeah, I mean, duh, right? Yeah. So I think there began to be more of a reality check. Obviously, when I finished school and stuff, I knew that I wasn't getting married then. Oh my God, I'm just now realizing that talking about this will probably mean exposing more than I bargained for. Let me see how I can walk around it. Oh my God, Martha does not like this. I don't know why I'm talking about myself in third person, but Yeah, she don't. I think a reality check started to like sip in when I finished school. I wasn't even thinking about, oh, I want to get married at 21 like anymore, to be honest. I think I kind of moved on from that, but I still thought that it was going to be quite early. I'm 28, yeah. I did not think that, not that I actively thought about it, but if you asked me, I probably wouldn't think that I would not have gotten married at this time in my life. Unlike my daydreams and stuff, life was happening slower, I think. Of course, I was doing the things that I intended in terms of my career and stuff because that has always been like a given. Nothing has ever changed that. Like, oh, contemplating changing anything, maybe not being an actor anymore or not wanting the big dreams that I want for myself. Those have never changed, yeah. But finishing school, moving to Lagos, trying to forge ahead in my career, trying to start something, maintain something, it was taking quite a bit of time. But I had quite a stable relationship. Oh my God, this is the first time I'm ever mentioning anything like this on my channel. But yeah, I had a stable relationship that I was, in and everything. And then at some point it ended. I still wasn't really thinking marriage. I think many of these things is just in hindsight realizing that, oh, this is probably where this idea started to change, yeah, because I mean a long-term thing ending, and I guess with growing up as well and with social media, even though I still kind of believe that a lot of the experiences that are being mentioned on social media are bad experiences. I really don't know the statistics, so I don't know if there are way worse marriages than there are good ones, but I do know that there are good ones. Disclaimer. So I'm not trying to say, oh my God, this is what I think, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, moving on, growing older, I think I had more of a reality check. I think I had more optimism and more of an idealistic approach to marriage in my younger years. And now it's just like, okay, I understand that marriage can be a good thing and all of that. But the reality is that there are many bad marriages and it takes a lot of hard work, a lot of commitment and want from both parties to make marriage a beautiful thing. And because it's so long term, to be honest, it's not like, oh, it's a 10-year contract and then after it's done, it's like, oh, bye bye. It's supposed to be a lifelong thing. Who knows what time along the way things might get overly tough, or things might just end, really. Yeah. So I began to have more of a realistic look at marriage and love, to be honest, because I mean, at least for many people, I think love is what's supposed to hold marriage. I know that people get married for different reasons. I think I'm grown enough to know that. And well, whatever reason you decide to get married is valid to you, then I guess it's valid, right? But for me, who would want to be married to someone based on love, I know that love also requires hard work, right? Right. So, on personal growth and the things that I would not have learned if I got married when I wanted to, I first of all would have not had the experience of living by myself, of the growth that I feel that I have had. I feel like I've really grown up. I've only been by myself less than a year actually. Before that, I used to stay with family. I stayed up with my sister at some point. Then like that. I have more of a sense of independence. I haven't ever been one to solely think, oh, be dependent on someone. So I've had quite a bit of independence mentally and like I want to be independent, have my own thing going career wise, finance wise, and yada, yada, yada. Yeah. But I've grown in those areas. And I think that without the commitment of marriage, I at the moment can think in terms of what's good for me without, I don't want to say being burdened, or I don't want to connote that is negative, but I'm thinking about things that are good for me without having to consider someone else, like at the moment at least. I'm thinking, oh, this is what I want to do. That is what I want to do. I'm being an actor, maybe traveling for things, saying, oh, if this opportunity comes, like, will I take it or not? I can answer those in the affirmative because it's just me, myself, and I at the moment. I feel like my perspective of what love is, of what love can be, of how to be when you're in love and you have a partner. I feel like I have matured in that area. And of course, you can always learn on the job and everything, but I feel that it's nice to be so grown in all these areas before then taking the big leap into this lifelong thing called marriage, yeah, or this intended lifelong thing called marriage. And those are some things that I have learned for myself that, younger me didn't really see, because I think I was just looking at love and life and everything through the lens of like rainbow colored glasses. But now it's like, no glasses. This is how it is. Girl, this is how it is. You read stories of people who fall in love and then fall out of love, or who fall in love and sort of stop trying, and then it shakes up, or people who lose themselves in marriage or and their partnership, things like that. And I still very much intend marriage for myself. When I look at how I want my life to be, being an older person and being fulfilled in my career and all. I want to, be with the love of my life, have a child or two, live together and all of that, right? That's still something that I very much want. But I've also grown to the point where I understand that marriage does not happen for everybody. I had started to have this knowledge for quite a while, but more and more, I am okay with the fact that not everybody will get married, even if you intend to. Yeah, because there's some people that do not want to get married. And there's some people who want to, but it just doesn't happen because they do not find, the love of their lives, or they do not find a suitable partner to be with. Because if I am single and happy, of course, and I am getting into a partnership, because that's what marriage is really, a partnership, and you're not making the quality of my life better in different ways, I do not see the point. I think that it's a bad decision. And I have heard and seen quite a number of stories where people have gotten into marriages and it literally just made their lives hell. And sometimes, even when they have built something for themselves, all of those things sort of just go to waste. Their quality of life is worse. Maybe they have children, family gets in the way. Like, there's just something about it. It's such a hefty responsibility, such a hefty commitment to have, and to just get messed up, right? Like, you have to open eye to enter inside. Your eye has to be open to be inside. The person that you are being in this thing with has to be correct. Like, you can't just say, "Oh, I'll manage." Manage how? It's not like you're saying, "Oh, this house that I'm in, I mean, this one is rented." You're like, "Oh, the roof is leaking. I'll just be putting a bucket there when it's rainy season. When it's Hamatan, I guess I'll take a break, and then in 2 years I'll move. So let me just manage, or maybe I'll even just call some, who's going to take care of that now? Like, not a carpenter, but whoever it is, whoever it is that is skilled enough to take care of that. Maybe they'll take care of that in the meantime, and you just manage." It's a situation whereby, let's say, you buy a friggin' house, and after you've bought that house, you don't have money to even rent a space for 1 month, right? You're stuck in that house. It's like all the doors are bolted shut. You're in that house. The roof starts leaking, the windows start to crack. When it's raining, everything pours inside, and it's just a mess. That is how marriage is. It's not like, oh, it's a rental, or you guys are like boyfriend and girlfriend, and you can just over the phone say, "Yeah, you know what, I don't think this is working," and you put the phone down and you guys could never see each other again. This one, it's not that simple. It's not that simple. And I think that coming to this realization of, what, whether or not I do get married, I will have a fulfilling, happy life, right, is very liberating. I think that's one of the best things, because I think that, as many people say, marriage doesn't benefit women. Don't 100% agree to that. But in a lot of ways, yes, because marriage does not benefit way more women than the men. You hardly or very rarely see, at least the people who maybe decide to talk, maybe that's a toxic masculinity thing. But most of the stories that you hear about bad marriages is the women suffering. The women are suffering, the women lose themselves. I feel like some of the ways in which women are caged in marriages by themselves or by their partners and society or family is fear, the fear of being by oneself, the fear of what will people say. And I think when you move past that, especially before you even actively start considering marriage with someone, when you say, you know what, let me rationally think about it. Yes, I do love this person. Yes, this person loves me in quite a number of ways. The things to check and be sure of have been checked. With a grown mind thinking, okay, is this a good idea? I think it's very important. And I'm so glad. I mean, it's 2025. More women are understanding these things, but it's not that easy. Sometimes it's not that easy to even sink in because sometimes you might know these things in theory, but when you actually think, oh, this could be my life, you're like, hey, God, I beg, go forbid, go forbid. And then where I just feel like when you eradicate fear, the fear of maybe being by yourself or not fully just basking in your life because your life is your life. And even when you're married, your partnership or marriage to someone is just one part of it. There's still other things like your career and everything. There's travel, you have friends, you still have family. There's so much to still enjoy in your life. As I'm talking, I'm just like, this is my first time doing any content like this. I do not want to have the hassle of replying some person who has an opposing idea or just some aggressive human who is just like, you are just some sad single lady. Shut the freak up. Stop advising these people bad or whatever. But anyway, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, if we do get to it. And I'm quite sure that I'm not saying these things because, oh my God, maybe someone broke my heart or I'm just some hater of men or whatever it is. Like I said already, I do want marriage for myself at some point in my life. I think marriage can be a beautiful thing, can be when it's done right. Yeah, because the other way is just disastrous. Yeah, it can be a beautiful thing. I do want it for myself. And it's so beautiful seeing people in love, whether or not they're even married, just people in love who actually want to be with each other. It's nice. It makes the quality of your life better. Talking to someone, not like you don't have friends and everything. I can't talk to other people. Just saying, but like going to someone at the end of the day, it's planning your lives together. It's beautiful. It's beautiful and it's amazing and it's sweet. Okay, it's sweet. But I mean, life is life and reality is reality, and you have to be careful about these things. The want for these things shouldn't then drive you to make bad decisions. Settle to think things through because it's a lifelong thing. It's a lifelong thing. So I'm glad that 21 or teenage slash early 20s Martha did not get what she wanted. Oh, wait, Save, actually. If I had gotten married at, say, 23, I believe it's have been a good thing. But I'm just glad, Sha, that I believe that my life is going according to how it's supposed to. And I guess ultimately, just being satisfied with your life as it is at any moment is the goal, right? Being content, hoping for things and wanting things, being open to things, but being content with your life as it is, understanding that there are very many possibilities to how your life can go, and every one of them is valid, and you can find joy and happiness being single. Some people that are even married till they're 40. Some people do not marry at all, and you can find joy and happiness. And something that many males or women like to say is, oh, you die lonely, you be an old lady with cats. It's nonsense. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. You never hear them saying that about men. And I feel it's just a way to, what's the word, pressure women and put fear into them, into us, right? So when you are self-aware and you're just like, you know what, take all these stereotypes away, get away. And they say things like, oh, maybe your biological clock is going down. I was telling one of my friends the other day, I'm like, I'm so glad we live in these times. Yeah. And we see older women are thriving. And also, there's this saying that, oh, the 30s is the new 20s. I'm like, I'm not trying to say, oh, we should drag our mothers or whatever for getting married early. But I feel that people in their 30s are looking younger because I mean, years and years ago, like by say 25, you already have like two children, maybe have another one on the way. You're wearing boo boo, you're being your traditional African wife self. But now they're 32-year-old women, and what they're planning is the next girls' trip. They look younger, right? And of course, we're just making healthier choices, I think. And that's why we're looking younger. I mean, ideally, I feel like in maybe early 2000s or like in 90s or 80s or something, I'll be very likely married with a couple of children, right behind me and stuff. Not saying that I wouldn't look good, but anyway, I guess I'm just saying to each his own, and your life is okay as it is right now. Also, back to what I was saying about what I was saying with my friends. I'm like, women like Beyonce is in her 40s. Rihanna has two kids now. And like, you can live your life and thrive in whatever decision you make, whether you want to get married and have kids, whether you want to get married and not have kids, whether you do not want to get married, whether you do not know and you're just going with the flow. Wow, I rhymed. You do not know and just go with the flow. Whatever it is you make, whatever decision it is you make, whatever it is you decide, your quality of life can be premium, or however it is things unfold, really. Be honest, because I mean, yeah, what they say? Something happens or and God disposes or something. I can't remember the saying, but you can live and thrive and just be, There's so much to explore in this world. Marriage is not the only thing we came to this world to come and do. Marry and then, die. We have other things to do. The world is big. There's so much to explore. And, these things come in not the form that it comes for everybody else. Like I was saying, some people get married 40, some people get married 50. And that's perfectly fine. I guess it's just making the best of the moments before that time or even after that time. People leave marriages as well. Yeah, so I think I've gone round and round and I've basically hit on everything I wanted to say. But yeah, this is a girl to girl talk, and I just feel like we should be aware of these things and not put so much pressure on ourselves and go into some sadness or depressive episode or whatever it is. Yeah, yeah, okay. This has been a nice fun chat with you guys. Of course, I mean, I'll be in the comments. We'll be talking, we'll be gisting, we'll be bouncing ideas off of each other. And I'm looking forward to more chats like this. Yeah. Okay. Also, let me know if you have a different notion of marriage now, what your ideal age was or is, and how you feel about it now. Is it scary to you as well? Or you're like, oh girl, I don't relate to you. I don't relate to you. The way I felt about marriage since I was 15, 12 is the way I feel about it now. Let's know. Let's talk in the comments and whatnot. Thank you guys for hanging out with me as always. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye.